Do you know that beneath the deserts of Saudi Arabia lie secrets so terrifying that they make the human soul tremble? This isn't just sand. This is a graveyard where civilizations are buried alive, and their screams still echo beneath the earth today. Imagine the silence of night, a full moon in the sky, and beneath your feet lies the land where giant people once lived, where fire rained from the heavens, and where forces still exist that are beyond the comprehension of science. This is the place where even silence speaks, and its language is nothing but fear. Rub al-Khali, where death rules. Imagine a 600,000 square kilometer area where even before you set foot, you begin to feel that some invisible presence is surrounding you. Here, the temperature rises so high during the day that your body would dehydrate in minutes, and at night, it becomes so cold that your blood would begin to freeze. But the real terror begins when you realize that this silence is not natural. British explorer Bertram Thomas wrote in his diary in 1932 that the silence here puts such pressure on your mind that you start having hallucinations. He writes that at night, sounds come from here, as if thousands of people are screaming from beneath the earth. Then, in 1990, when Saudi Aramco engineers dug here for oil drilling, something happened to them that changed them forever. 200 feet down, they found perfectly preserved pottery and bronze weapons that were 4,500 years old. But these things were so fresh, as if they had been made just yesterday. The most terrifying thing was that when workers touched these artifacts, they say they suddenly had memories that weren't theirs. They say they felt as if they had reached another era, where giant people were breaking mountains and fire was raining from the sky. What's most disturbing in NASA's satellite images is that the underground structures here are perfectly geometric. These patterns are so perfect that it seems as if they were made by some advanced civilization. But then the question arises, where did these people go? What happened to them? Local Bedouins. Oral traditions mention the people of Ad. They say these people were 15 feet tall and had red eyes. They could build an entire city in one night. But when they disobeyed Allah's commands, such a storm came from the sky that lasted for 7 days and 8 nights. Even today, on full moon nights, giant footprints are seen here that disappear before dawn. #Al-Wahbah Crater, the mark of death from the sky. Now imagine you're standing 254 kilometers north of Taif, and in front of you is a pit in the earth so deep that if you scream into it, your voice would return after several seconds. This isn't any ordinary crater. This is living proof of cosmic violence. 6,400 years ago, when this iron meteorite collided with Earth, its impact was so tremendous that its shockwaves were felt as far as Mecca. This 3,000-ton space rock fell to Earth at a speed of 40 kilometers per second. Imagine that this energy was 6,000 times more powerful than the Hiroshima atomic bomb. When this meteorite collided with Earth, the temperature immediately reached 2,500 degrees Celsius. This extreme heat not only liquefied rocks, but created glass formations containing rare earth elements that aren't found anywhere else. MIT scientists say that the amount of iridium and osmium here is 1,000 times more than Earth's normal levels. But the most terrifying thing is that local people say that at night, lights are seen here that don't look natural. Blue, green, and red lights that rise toward the sky. King Fahd University researchers found that the magnetic field here is 300% more intense than normal. In 2019, when an international team camped here, strange incidents happened to them. Their electronic devices kept malfunctioning, the compass needle continuously rotated, and GPS readings were completely wrong. The most terrifying thing was that at night, they felt as if sounds were coming from inside the crater. Mada'in Saleh, the city of silent screams. If you think you've seen scary things, then after coming to Al-Hijr or Mada'in Saleh, all your definitions will change. This is UNESCO's World Heritage Site, but this isn't any tourist destination. This is a living museum of divine wrath. There are 131 tombs here that have been carved from sandstone cliffs with such precision that even modern laser technology cannot match it. Each tomb's facades are up to 50 feet high and have geometric patterns so intricate that looking at them will make you dizzy. Dr. Leila Nime, head of the French archaeological mission, says that the Nabateans created such a hydraulic engineering system here that provided abundant water supply even in the desert. A network of 130 wells that were 30 meters deep and connected through underground channels. But the most disturbing thing here is that all these tombs are completely empty. There are no human remains in any of them, no burial goods, nothing at all. This is unprecedented in archaeological history because Nabateans buried their dead with elaborate ceremonies. Then seismic studies revealed that a massive earthquake had occurred here with a magnitude greater than 8.5. This earthquake was so violent that it destroyed the entire underground water system and created devastating landslides. According to Islamic traditions, when the people of Thamud killed Prophet Saleh's miraculous she-camel, such a thunderous sound came from the sky that it tore apart the hearts of the entire nation. An entire civilization ended in one night. Even today, local guides say that no one stays here after sunset because strange sounds come from here. As if someone is crying, as if someone is moaning. In 2018, a French archaeological team spent the night here and said they continuously felt as if someone was observing them. #City of Iram, the penalty of the lost paradise. And now comes the most terrifying secret. Iram of the Pillars, which is mentioned in the Holy Quran. This isn't just any lost city. This is an example of the ultimate punishment for human arrogance. King Shaddad bin Ad had said that he would build such a city on earth that would be more beautiful than heavenly paradise. He constructed such a metropolis with gold, silver, pearls, and precious stones that had no equal anywhere in the universe. The palaces here were of gold, the roads of pearls, the gardens adorned with diamonds. Crystal clear water flowed in fountains. Trees were always laden with fruits. There was no disease here, no aging, no death. But when this city was completed and Shaddad set out with his army for entrance, a voice came from the sky. "Do you want to compete with Allah?" And then such a sandstorm arose from the earth that buried the entire city in minutes. Shaddad and his entire army were also buried there. Where is this city today? This is archaeology's greatest mystery. Dr. Juris Zarins used satellite imagery to identify its possible traces in Oman, but it turned out to be just a trading post. NASA's Space Shuttle Endeavour discovered mysterious linear features in Rub al-Khali that look like ancient caravan routes and converge at a central point. The European Space Agency's TerraSAR-X took images of geometric patterns spread over a 50-kilometer radius in the form of concentric circles. Ground-penetrating radar confirmed that massive stone structures exist 15 to 20 meters below here. Magnetometer surveys have detected the presence of extensive precious metal deposits. British explorer Wilfred Thesiger heard from Bedouin guides in the 1940s that they sometimes see visions of golden domes and crystal towers in the desert during extreme heat. The terrifying results of scientific investigations. The discoveries made using modern technology in recent years shatter existing theories. LiDAR scanning has revealed such clear outlines of buried cities in the empty quarter that are multi-level structures and show urban planning far more sophisticated than contemporary civilizations. The most disturbing discovery is that all these sites are located on major tectonic fault lines. Seismic data suggests that simultaneous massive earthquakes occurred here that cannot be explained by normal geological processes. Atmospheric scientists have observed that unusual weather patterns occur in these areas. Localized dust storms, unexpected temperature fluctuations, and electromagnetic anomalies are regularly recorded. Scientific equipment often malfunctions, and GPS signals become distorted. Is this a coincidence? These sites make us aware of a terrifying reality. Despite advanced technology, architectural excellence, and economic prosperity, these civilizations vanished overnight. Climate change researchers use these locations as case studies of how environmental catastrophes eliminate entire civilizations. The climate transformation that occurred in the Arabian Peninsula 4,000 years ago has terrifying similarities to today's global warming scenarios. The perfect correlation between archaeological evidence and religious texts is a chilling reality. This proves that ancient accounts contain historical accuracy that modern science confirms. These mysterious sites remind us that human knowledge is still incomplete and that forces exist in the universe that are beyond our understanding. They teach humility and warn about the devastating consequences of arrogance. The next time you look at the sky at night, when the desert wind whispers in your ears, remember that this silence also speaks. This is the voice of history, a warning from the past, and above all, this is a demonstration of divine power. Because some secrets are left for humans as permanent reminders of how powerless they are.